Hello guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. So we're back on the European server, we're caught up with where we are in the game. I'm recording the right screen, correct. So yes, if you guys didn't see, we actually did our first wishing video. Sorry, these red dots annoy me. We actually did have our first wishing session, which was very cool. So the team we're running right now is Seely, who is our kind of main DPS. Bronya, who buffs everyone and buffs, obviously, Seely, because if she defeats an opponent, she gets an extra move. It's a whole thing. We have Sampo, because he's really, really cool, and he does debuff, although I'm not really sure what he does yet, so that's another thing we've got to work out. And we have Natasha for healing. So I think this is the team I'm going to run. Funnily enough, all of them are undergrounders. I'm pretty sure she's an undergrounder too, with the way she's dressed. And then we have one of the night guards. So yeah, pretty interesting team. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that summoning video, go watch it. It was a lot of fun. I have a gambling problem. We already know this. I did want to switch out Bronya for someone else, but I'm not really sure who else really goes well at the moment. So I've kind of just left it as her. I mean, he is a bit of a healer, and I kind of need to go through and properly look at what the characters do. Talking of that, yeah, you, I think I can level up a bit more, can't I? Yeah, there you go. Level you up full. Sweet. So we can't actually ascend yet because we need to be at rank 15. Light cones, we're running a 5-star on here. This one seems pretty good. This one, I believe, is hers because obviously it has a picture of her. I'm pretty sure that means it's hers. Right? That would make most sense to me. But, yeah, Sampo is running his, she's running hers. Didn't manage to get hers yet, but, you know, maybe we'll get it at some point. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. And yeah, as you can see, I like leveled up these super imposition, I think that says. And we obviously have these books as well. So yeah, this one, yeah, increases the rarest and outgoing healing. So I think that's like best pair. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Like the character picture shows that it's like the best one for them, right? I would presume that. I can't imagine anything else. Anyway, I've been rambling for like 2 minutes.
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
I thought that was Seely saying that. No,
My friend, looking for a ticket?
no, I'm not actually. Okay, anyway, we're gonna carry on with the story and try and do as much as that. I thought I did see a chest here. Yeah, try and do as much as we can with that. And really get to a good point. Because I do know that there's relics, which I believe are a bit like artifacts, but I haven't obviously got to it yet. So, anyway.
So, you promise that if I win hide and seek, you'll tell Big Sister March all the ins and outs.
Sneaky, March. Sneaky.
Yep, all the ins and outs. What does that mean? It just means you'll tell me all the details. No hiding anything and no telling fibs. Hook isn't an overgrounder, you know. Hook never tells fibs.
Fibs.
Yeah, never.
Oh, God.
Well, that's settled then. Okay, let's play. Huh? You, when did you get here?
About 5 minutes ago. I've been here a while. Not that long, big sister.
Quit acting like a child.
I love
It's like this. After I woke up, that doctor said Sampo had taken Don Hung with him. I went around in circles trying to find the blue-haired scoundrel and bumped into these kids. They say they know where he is. But they said I had to join the moles or something if I wanted to find out. And to do that, I had to prove my strength by winning a game of hide and seek. Do you get it?
Yeah. Need a teammate?
Huh. When did you start being so nice?
I've always been nice. What are you talking about?
Hey, are you done with your secret talk? The most time is precious.
Yeah, precious.
Okay, we're done. Pitch Dark Hook the Great. This is my friend. He also wants to join the moles. Can he play too?
Sure. I guess so. Then, you guys are seeking.
Boss, they don't seem very smart. Why don't we do a practice one first?
You're right, Julian. Okay, let's do a practice one. I'll hide. You two have to find me.
Fine.
So, you kids think you're better than us, huh? Just you wait and see. It's simple. When you see one of them, you just have to catch them.
Alright. Is there anything else I can grab while I'm around here? Ooh, chest. Hee hee. Nice. Well, I'm pretty sure it's where the found you.
Ha! Gotcha!
So what? It's just a practice. Wait until we're playing for real. You'll see.
Bring it on!
All right. Now we're playing for real. You gotta count to 50 before you open your eyes. No cheating.
47,
50.
48, 49, 50. Ready or not, here I come, naughty children.
The moles haven't lost a game for ages. You're doomed.
Oh no,
Got it yet? We're the underground's greatest hiders and seekers.
that was really easy.
Don't run. I got you, Hook.
Not fair. I'm the boss of the moles. How can I lose to a bunch of villains?
We're not villains.
Do your worst. I'm not afraid.
What are they feeding you kids down here?
Oh, I need to find them all. Okay. Well, they're... Oh, trash! Of course. I don't know why I can, like, open it. There's weird noises outside. Found you!
Haha, I caught you.
Doesn't count unless you can answer this question.
What? Show me the rulebook.
What? But we caught you. What's with the Q&A?
I thought I had you there.
Oh, she didn't actually ask me the question. Perfect, because my knowledge...
Something's not right. That guy's been staring at us this whole time. Hide and seek might have to wait. Let's see what he wants.
No. Oh, we're going this way. I don't care about that random man. Wait. Okay, checked here, checked there. Oh, it is up this way. Whoops, my bad. Right.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm trying to...
Come back, come back. They won't be hiding that far away.
Right. Oh, I guess I kind of have to. Hello? Seemingly adult a man.
My instincts are telling me something's not right with this guy. But...
It's him, no doubt.
Nonsense! How many 8-year-olds do you see walking around that look like this? Huh?
What the hell?
all right, the jig is up. Your voice gave it away.
But I'm Julian of 1,000 Faces. Why did you have to talk to me? My reputation is ruined. What will the boss think?
I'm sorry, what?
No need for the melodrama. That was still a magical performance.
What? Are we just gonna skip over the fact that he could transform?
I'm sorry, boss. I failed.
Darn! How did you see through Julian's disguise? What villainy is this?
Those with keen eyes see the dust between the stars. I came up with that, by the way.
You sure did.
About time I got some credit for it. So, Pitch Dark Hook the Great. You can tell us now, right?
Yes. The boss of the moles is true to her word. Hook saw the blue-haired guy take your dark-haired friend to the fight club.
Fight Club.
The Fight Club?
I thought the first one was. That doesn't sound good.
No kidding. They didn't exactly get off on the right foot. Pitch Dark Hook the Great. Where is the Fight Club? Can you show us the way?
But it's an obvious building. Grown-ups are just useless. Come with Hook. I'll take you over.
Thanks. Is it the guy who's selling
Thanks,
tickets?
Great one.
That's Pitch Dark Hook the Great to you. Who said you could shorten my title?
Sorry.
A club just for fighting. Who knew undergrounders had such brutal hobbies?
In fact, it's awesome.
They let you take part? When did this place last have an inspection?
Loads of kids take part.
Despicable. My criminal activity senses are tingling.
Alright. I want to make sure they finish talking. I bet you it's not going to be fighting as in like
We're
boxing.
here. This is it. Hook's gonna go fight. See you later.
Who's in charge here? How can they just let kids attack each other?
The moles are in charge, that's who. But only the kids. Wildfire's in charge of grown-up business.
So the moles control this whole area.
The moles control everything underground. Ooh, they need one more player there. I gotta go. If you ever want to fight, come find me.
I bet it's like a card game or like... Oh! Oh god. Oh.
Brothers and sisters, are you ready for today's most spectacular, spine-tingling, earth-shattering contest? On one side, recommended by tall, blue, and handsome, the unsmiling, pulverizing power of the new kid on the block, Cold Dragon Young!
Brilliant.
And his opponent is none other than the unfeeling, incendiary, explosive might of Team Robomatic. All praise to Boss Svarog. Given that no other fighter was willing to take on the strength of Team Robomatic, Cold Dragon Young will face off against these opponents alone. On learning his fate, the brave young fighter had one thing to say: whatever! And so, let the semifinals of the 1,758th Fighting King Challenge begin!
Quick, let's help him.
Oh, brothers and sisters, an unexpected turn of events. Two members of the audience have charged into the octagon. It looks like they want to team up with Cold Dragon Young.
Yeah.
So you're awake.
Barely.
Yeah, the first thing we did was go look for you. And now that we found you, we're trying to make sure you don't get your butt kicked. You're welcome.
Brothers and sisters, you can feel their passion. The magnetic pull of this electric sport is undeniable. But let me reiterate, these competitions are for professionals only. Whatever you do, kids, don't try this at home. And Cold Dragon Young is signaling that the contest will go ahead. He's just itching to get into it. And so are we. It's the Iron Fists of Cold Dragon Young and friends versus the Iron Skin of Team Robomatic.
I can take them on my own, you know.
We need to work on your emotional intelligence.
Destroy them all! I'm having so much fun with this game. I don't know if you guys can tell.
Don't mess with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I've sped it up. Did you just explode just
This battle is unavoidable.
now?
Evildoer.
Why did you just explode
Naughty
yourself?
children, don't listen. Nap time.
Don't mess with me. Who's next?
She's so cool. I love Stevie. Really? That was it? That was a lot easier than I expected.
What a beautiful performance! Cold Dragon Young and his last-minute admirers emerge victorious!
Yay!
Admirers? How come we don't get cool nicknames?
Cool Dragon Younger. Cool Dragon Youngest. Cooler than Cool Dragon.
Forget it. I think our taste in nicknames is different.
Maybe.
Hey, look! It's Sampo!
Sampo, come back here. We've got an explanation to demand. We've got to kick another butt. Let's go.
Let's get after him.
Oh, is that all that's in here, though? Oh, I thought that went down, like, really far. Just want to make sure there's nothing in here before we leave. I don't know why you can click on all these random things. What does this say? Fight Club, no. It's mine now. Dark Fist Tournament Invitation. I'm struggling with words. Invitation letter. There we go.
That guy can't have gotten too far. Let's search nearby.
Okay. You here? There you are.
Hey, it's you! I was just thinking to myself, am I getting robbed? Who are these people following me? So, you start to walk a little faster. And anywho, if I just turned around, I could have thrown open my arms and said a big hi to my old friends.
Sure.
Save it. You saw us in there and got scared, so you pulled a runner.
Me? Scared? Oh, my friends, what do I have to fear? Surely I haven't done anything to offend you.
You threw us to the Silvermane Guards. You set Dung Hung up. Now we're just messing with you.
Whoa. Rewind. If I hadn't made a break for it, Japard would have caught all of us. And do you think he would have given you a chance to explain yourselves? He would have checked you straight into the Gray Bar Hotel. Meanwhile, there I was, looking out for you from the shadows. Do you know how difficult it was to make an entrance? They were watching you the whole time. I had no choice but to take you guys down here. It was too dangerous for us on the surface. We're wanted criminals. Sure, the underworld has its drawbacks, but at least the guards would never follow us. We're safe here.
Is Wildfire
Be
following us?
that as it may, did you really have to poison us?
Maybe you've forgotten, but we were in a tight spot, my friend. There was no time to think. I had to use whatever I could.
So it wasn't to cover anything up? A secret that you didn't want anyone, including us, to find out?
It's...
Don Hung, what secret?
Well, I'm not certain yet. But there's more to our friend here than meets the eye.
You win. I'll help you to the best of my ability, free of charge, I might add. But please, don't go spreading rumors about me.
Maybe.
All right, to prove my sincerity, I'll introduce you to Wildfire. If you're looking for something down here, they're the ones to ask.
Why should we get to know Wildfire?
Because you're looking for something? Why are you asking? Dan Hung told me you guys were searching for a... what's the word? Stellaron. Sounded pretty powerful. If anyone has a clue on its whereabouts, it'll be Wildfire.
You said I'd uncover a clue if I became the Fight Club champion.
Yeah. I mean, if you fought in the final round and won, you'd have incredible street cred right now. Wildfire wouldn't think twice about talking with you. I don't see the problem.
Why would Wildfire want to help us?
Well, there's no such thing as a free lunch, of course. Wildfire has no reason to help you yet, so we'll just have to give them one. With your talents, we have nothing to worry about. I'm telling you, no matter where you go, there's only one rule to getting things done. Find the demand. You know, like supply and demand. Anyway, the underground has been sealed off for more than a decade. But do you think people here are just resigned to their fate?
No, I don't. What kind of organization is Wildfire?
Well, if you want my opinion, they're a bunch of artless, stubborn fools. But who cares what I think, huh? They're a band of do-gooders who sprung up to maintain order in the underground. After the Silvermane guards withdrew, Wildfire set up shop. Still, don't underestimate them. We walk in the presence of giants. Have you heard that saying before? Well, Wildfire has giants in its midst. You'll see.
Oh my god, the English VA for Sampo played the leopards in Happy Feet. I don't know why that made me laugh. Anyway, I don't know why I'm looking at his... Oh, and Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? Damn. Hollywood's got some good voice actors, don't they? Anyway. Lead the way. Don't try to pull anything this time.
Have a little faith. It's like I said. Sampo never lets friends who've helped him come to harm.
Better not, Sampo.
So, what does Wildfire do all day?
Everything. They keep the peace, uphold justice, fight for resources, distribute goods. The sliver of trust they have for me has to do with the last one.
Is Seely gonna be the boss of them? Please let this be where Seely gets introduced.
Where's Joshua?
Joshua?
What are those shiny rocks?
Geo things.
This is geomarrow,
There
an
you
exothermic ore. The underground and the surface are sealed off from one another, right? Well, only the geomarrow transport line is still running. The underground sends ore to the surface, and the surface sends goods to the underground. At least in theory. Most undergrounders are miners, and this is what they mine for a living. You know, if we didn't have geomarrow to burn, this world would have frozen to death long ago. Alright, let's keep moving. The person I was looking for isn't here.
Oh, I like this song.
Where have you been?
I've been at home. I don't have a life. What do you expect?
Old Oleg isn't here either? Where is everyone?
So you're leading us on another wild goose chase?
I wouldn't dare! Trust me, we're getting close.
Huh? What's that huge structure in the distance?
Oh, that's the furnace core. It's the pillar that connects the underworld and the overworld. People used to travel up and down that thing, but then...
Then what?
It's a long story. In any case, practically nothing moves up or down anymore.
Except you.
Oh, come on, my dear fellow. I thought we weren't going to discuss this. I beg you, the fewer rumors there are about me, the better.
Oh, I'm going all the way back this way. Huh. Alright. Oh, we're going up. Okay. I keep thinking these lamps are like... collectible
Zila's
things.
usually always out on patrol here at
Zila!
this time. What's Wildfire up to? Are they avoiding me?
No, she's right here. Oh, Bonya.
Hey, look! Who is that?
We know who that is. It's Bonya.
It looks like she's in trouble.
I'm pretty sure she can handle it.
My friends, don't just stand there. This drama doesn't need any more bystanders.
Oh? You know, it might be interesting to see you get in trouble.
We should avoid attracting too much attention. But we can't just leave her.
Sampo's right here. Sampo's right. We can't just stand here. Dang Hung's right. We can't just ignore this. Seventh is right. Does there anyone have popcorn?
I was kidding. And get your own opinion.
Rude.
But I agree with Don Hung. We can't just leave her to the bullies.
Well said. The young lady is wise and righteous.
Let's help her.
All right, princess. Let's dispense with the pleasantries.
You dare attack someone on our turf? Well, how about a few rounds with me?
Oh!
Quick, disperse!
That was such a cool entrance. I'm so happy I wished for her. Oh my god. I love her so much more now.
Spineless thugs.
Miss Zila, phew. It's a good thing you showed up when you did. My heartfelt thanks. These vagrants have got some nerve looking for trouble in Wildfire Terra.
Shut it, Sampo. This is you written all over it. Wildfire has countless issues on its plate right now. We don't need a side order of Koski. I hear Silvermane Guard is paying the underworld a visit. Is that you?
Not by choice.
You kidnapped me and brought me to the underground. What is the meaning of this?
Listen to her. What is the meaning of this? She still thinks she's an overworld princess. Do you know what's become of us down here while you live the easy life? Did you even consider the fate of the underworlders?
The Silvermane Guards aren't living the easy life. We are constantly engaged with the enemy, defending Belobog from the scourge of attacking monsters and protecting all those above and below the surface.
Do you even hear yourself? You protect the underground? Redeploying every guard to the surface? Sealing off the only passageway? Protecting the so-called architects, more like it.
The Madam Guardian has her reasons.
Enough talk. You're coming with me. Chief Oleg wants to see you, and he's got more than a few questions.
Perfect, Miss Zila. We were just on our way to pay Chief Oleg a visit ourselves. Room for a few more?
Fully booked. Who are they?
I'm Hunter Alex.
What good is your name by itself?
I don't know, just an introduction.
Well, it's like this. The chief's in the market for specific talent. An urgent request, so I'm taking them to see him.
We're looking for a Stellaron. It's the source of all the disasters here. If we find it, we can...
I would recommend you not recite your story to everyone you meet. Miss Zila won't understand it anyway, so let's save it for the chief.
That's a bit rude.
You're right. I don't understand it. And I don't plan on passing the message on either. Wildfire's encountered trouble at the Great Mine. The chief's busy. If you really want to find him, come look for me at the mine entrance. I'm leaving.
Bye. Oh. CD.
Hey, you came. That was fast.
I have nothing better to do. What's Wildfire doing in the mines?
Didn't I tell you? Long story short, the underground used to have many mines. However, in recent years, some sort of corrosion called the fragmentum started to spread.
Yeah.
It's ruined a lot of mines. The one we're heading into is relatively unaffected. A bunch of vagrants made it their home after their old turf was consumed by the fragmentum. Actually, most of them are pretty honest folks. But with such a large group, it's inevitable that troublemakers will find their way in. They've been stealing stuff from the miners and picking fights. And that's not the worst of it. Things are much more serious this time. For 2 days now, huge clashes have been breaking out between the miners and the vagrants. It isn't pretty. Mines are our lifelines in the underworld. We have to keep providing geomarrow to the overworld in exchange for supplies. In order to quell the situation, Chief Oleg brought wildfire into the mine and left me in charge of security for the towns. But the situation in the mine is critical. I have to back him up.
I don't think I understand. Can you go over it again? Understood, let's go.
Oh. As for you, the chief will decide your fate when we see him.
Good. I've been wanting to come face to face with the leader of the underworld.
You're about to come face to face with reality.
I like how I actually have both of these guys in my team. The Great Mine.
Huh? Isn't that the doctor lady?
Natasha!
What's Natasha doing here? Things must be worse than I thought.
What does her thing do? Stealth? Oh, that's cool. I know what yours does. Impair. What does this do?
Found you.
I didn't think it would do that.
Hey, where are you going? Don't think you can just run off. Come back here and finish talking things through with Natasha.
Sorry. I really like the music. in
Nat,
this bit.
I didn't think
Nat.
you'd be here. Where's Oleg?
Hey, Zila and Sampo's guests. So it looks like you've already met.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Oleg. The miners said they saw him take a group further in.
What are you doing here?
I heard that the miners had been having violent clashes with local thugs, with significant numbers of wounded. I hurried over here to see if I could help. You see these people? They're all miners and their family members. They want an explanation from the instigators. This area up ahead is a vagrant dwelling, but they've sealed off the entrance. I guess they're afraid that angry miners might try to take revenge.
How could the situation here become such a mess?
I heard that First Mining Team found a geomarrow vein with incredible deposits.
Wow.
The initial estimate put it at the largest discovery in the last 30 years.
Are you serious? That's big news. How come I never heard about it?
Well, they weren't in a hurry to make it known. Most of the mines have been contaminated by the fragmentum. Many people are out of work. They were afraid of being overwhelmed if they let the word out. But the vagrants here have keen eyes. They couldn't keep it hidden from them. Some local gangs wanted to profit from the situation, so they blackmailed the mining team for hush money. And that was the final straw.
That's the price of guarding a secret. The vein should belong to those who discovered it.
As it happens, that's exactly the law we have down here.
Oh.
But the vagrants have their own custom. See it, share it. And that's how the clash started. Now both sides are dealing with heavy losses. So, are you guys here to help resolve the conflict?
Yeah.
They're here because they need a favor from Chief Oleg. I'm escorting them. And seeing as you need that helping hand, it wouldn't be too much to ask you to lend one here first, right?
Of course we want to help. We care about other people too, you know.
We came here willing to help out.
Oh, that's quite nice of you.
Thanks.
I believe we're dealing with kind-hearted people here, Zila.
Zila.
As you've all seen, the situation down here is, strained. If you can, we would really appreciate you helping the people.
Relics! Ooh, we finally unlocked relics. That took a while.
The giant ore vein. The one they discovered. That must be where the clashes are centered. Come on, let's get to higher ground and take a look.
Alright, after I grab this chest.
That person up ahead, is he asleep?
Let's head up and take a look. He might need help.
Okay, hey. He's definitely asleep, yeah.
Falling asleep in a place like this. Impressive. Hey, wakey wakey! You'll get mushrooms growing on your head.
What? Mushroom bread? I can't see it on the menu. Miss Seela!
Have you got a death wish or something? How can you sleep here? Get back to safety and take shelter.
Take shelter? I remember now. These guys came out of nowhere and got into a fight with the mining team.
Oh god, he's British.
At the time, I was
Why did I
exhausted. I'd hardly run a few feet when one of them caught me. If it weren't for Wildfire, they'd have stolen the clothes off my back.
And then where did Wildfire go? They take your clothes? These ones?
You don't know these guys. No moral compass. They'd rob you blind in a flash. It's only thanks to Wildfire that the Great Mine hasn't fallen under their control completely. Speaking of which, where is Wildfire? Did they head further in? Is there a fight happening?
It seems like Chief Oleg must be up ahead. Hurry up and get back to safety. Look for Nat. And try not to get into another scrap along the way.
Okay. Thank you for, getting me on my feet. If I get back soon enough, I'll have time for a nap.
The British thing caught me off guard so much. I don't know why.
I recognize that woman. That's Elaine from First Mining Team. Quick, let's get up there and see if she's wounded.
Okay, Elaine.
Elaine!
Is
you
she
okay?
British too?
Are you hurt?
Zila, thank goodness. I'm fine. Just a couple of sprains. You've got good timing. Those vagrants were asking me about the robots, but I don't know anything.
Robots?
Oh, don't you know? The intersection of the Great Mine has been seized by a band of robots. Neither the mining team nor the vagrants can get anywhere near.
New challengers enter. About time. Human-only conflicts are so boring.
Does anyone know where the robots come from?
At first, we thought that a collective fault had occurred in the excavation machines, but then we found out that those machines didn't even belong to the mining team. They came out of nowhere and pushed the vagrants and us back. Then they blocked off the only tunnels into the intersection.
Maybe someone's playing tricks.
There's no way anyone in the mining team is behind this. Operating a single unit is tiring enough, but a whole group? Impossible.
Then there's only one possibility. Boss Svarog.
Svarog?
Svarog? That name sounds familiar.
You remember the robots we defeated in the boxing gym?
Oh, Boss Svarog's robots. What's his deal?
I was about to say that.
Let's just say he's not to be trifled with. Let's go and find some other people. Elaine, can you make it back to safety?
No problem. Zila and the rest of you, be careful.
Will do.
Robots? Aligned against humans? I've never heard of such a thing. Machines should obey humans unconditionally.
That's not the only thing you won't have heard of down here, Princess.
I love those two. I think that's so fun.
Is this elevator broken? Why isn't it responding?
Is he British too?
Why are you worried about this piece of junk? Do you really want to go down there and be a live target for the robots?
But if we evacuate, then haven't we lost out?
Dense. I don't know if you can. Oh god. Okay, this game.
You idiots. We'll just steal off the miners.
You idiot.
Look, I saw with my own eyes. They managed to bag some geomarrow. This is a perfect opportunity.
Alright, so I am British. I obviously don't have the typical, stereotypical British accent. Maybe. Do I? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. But whenever I hear this, it makes me want to start speaking. And does anyone else get that? When someone does an accent, you just automatically go into the accent to stop.
Oh, good idea.
I'm sorry.
Shameless. Still after the miners, are you? Time to teach you a lesson.
So I wonder if you were gonna actually thingy her here. Right, so like I said, I really, really like. I was about to say we seem a little freezy. I love her so much.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
She's so cool. So cool. I'm so happy we got
Sounds like
her.
more business knocking.
Also, I like his burst animation as well.
What are you waiting for? The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
Wait, he changed.
Fleeing at the first sign of danger. That's all they're good for.
Huh? What's this? Did those guys leave it behind?
Hello?
Whoa! What the heck?
Beep, beep, beep. Searching for potential user. Beep, beep, beep. Voice print detected. Looking up corresponding identity information. Oh my, it's an alien!
Huh?
Hey, it talks! And it knows that we aren't from this planet?
It doesn't seem to be technology from here. Look, it even has an Interastral Peace Corporation logo on it. Perhaps it's an antiquity left behind by some past interstellar traveler.
Beep, beep, beep. Your mom's an antiquity. Beep, beep, beep! Whatever. So, you aliens know about the Interastral Peace Corporation? That's great! Beep, beep, beep! Self-introduction. I am Richard, the Home Use Object Finder. Model information. Version 0.63. Professional model. Annual Deluxe Package. Nickname? Findy.
A home use object finder? Who knew the IPC made these kinds of products?
Beep, beep, beep. My brainwave scanner module is damaged. Please send me to an Interastral Peace Appliances retail store near you for free repair within the warranty period of 232 years, 84 days. Beep, beep, beep. Alien, please take me to an Interastral Peace Appliances retail store to
Alright, we got
conduct
it.
repairs.
What? This fella's already broken. What should we do? Take it with us?
Let's take it. Maybe it could be some use.
Beep, beep, beep! Yes. When you need to find something you can't see, just call upon Findy. That's me!
Which was different. Oh, I'm actually going this way. Do I go down here then? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that's why I was really confused. Right.
What was that?
Come on, then.
Yeah, we go. And yes, I will
A
continue to say
delicate
that.
operation.
It is, isn't it? Oh, actually, go back to you.
Hey, what's that commotion? It sounds like there's a big argument happening. Let's get closer and take a look.
Okay, wait a second. The automaton flew away. Cool. So I actually think we might have a few of these now. Yeah, these relics. I mean, which one am I using on this one? The musketeer?
Cowards and bullies. I don't remember you guys acting this tough around Svarog's minions. Did your parents never teach you what a backbone was?
We ain't stupid. Why would we risk our lives against the robots? And get off the high road. You can't just find a huge chunk of geomarrow and hog it all to yourselves.
This mine is our territory. The mining team is laboring here day in and day out. You guys don't even pretend like you're here to lend a hand. You're lazy. All you want is to profit off our sweat and tears. You don't even try hiding it. Disgraceful.
Where does disgrace come into it when we can't even fill our stomachs, huh? I know your game. You're just waiting for us to starve to death so there's more food for your mining team.
Oh, the Calyrex is there.
It's a waste of time trying to reason with you. While you've been kicking up this fuss, the whole vein's been seized by robots. Now we're all in the same boat.
Right. We can't rely on the vein anymore. But don't forget which side brought loaded guns to the party.
Whoa, easy. What are you trying to pull off? I'm warning you, wildfire are in the area.
He doesn't have a gun.
Empty threat. Wildfire are stuck dealing with Svarog's minions. How are they gonna help you now? Unless you're planning on taking a bullet. Hand over the supplies and equipment.
They're getting ready to attack. Those miners are unarmed.
You shameless scoundrels!
Let's save them.
I'm going to. We can't let these thugs get away with whatever they like.
Good, you're on the team anyway, so. I really like that effect.
Aha!
What a heck.
And who do we have here? Do you know whose territory this is?
Shut it. This isn't your territory.
I'll free you from
I'm in a
your
hurry.
disappear
I'll take you all in
among the
one
sea
go.
of butterflies.
Sorry, I really shouldn't battle whilst they're
Illusions
talking.
of the past.
Let me end your misery.
That's so cool. My god. Right. Did that to you. Ow. Why do they always attack Sampo?
You're in bad shape.
Yeah, look at that. I don't think I'm ever going to get bored of that. Just
Zila,
give it a few
thank
minutes.
goodness you came. We were nearly,
Smushed.
Nothing but a few knuckleheads. I'm just glad you're okay. Antonia, have you seen Chief Oleg?
Oleg? He took a group into the intersection. Said it was to clear off the invading robots. They've been gone for a while now. If Wildfire was around, those thugs wouldn't have dared.
Seems like the core of this problem is Svarog's robots.
What do those robots want?
Your run-of-the-mill robots don't have a will of their own. Their aim is merely Svarog's aim. The boss, he appeared suddenly after the guards were redeployed and became a major player in the underworld. Svarog claims to be a guardian of humanity, while the ownerless robots obey his commands. They've occupied the Furnace Core hub, and they're not letting anyone get close. Nobody knows why Svarog did any of this. He usually doesn't leave the Furnace Core and interfere unless some kind of disorder breaks out in the underworld.
Wait, a guardian of humanity? That can command robots? No, I've never heard of anything like.
Looks like your mighty architects weren't as all-knowing as you thought.
Can you two say anything without quarreling? This isn't the time! It sounds like there's danger waiting for us in the intersection. Can we still get through?
I want to meet Savag and his minions.
Right. There's unfinished business here. The chief is still down there. It's only a bunch of scrap metal. What are we afraid of?
Oh, is Zila starting to appreciate our strength?
I'll be honest. You guys are hardworking. If everyone from Wildfire were as impressive as you on the battlefield, we wouldn't be so hard-pressed by Svarog. Antonia, can you take the mining team back through the entrance to meet up with Natasha?
Yeah, sure thing. But be careful. There are a lot of robots up ahead.
It's alright, we can battle them. Right, so here's the Calyrex.
Is this the right way? It looks like there's a roadblock up ahead.
I'll be the judge of that. Come on, let's take a closer look.
Can we just shoot it? No. No, we cannot.
It's completely blocked by the mine cart. What do we do? Can we blow it up?
Yeah.
Easy. It belongs to the mining team. We can't just destroy it. We should try and fix it.
We could just step over these boxes.
Easier said than done. Do you know how?
Yeah, of course. Every underworlder worth their salt knows how to fix a minecart. Let me see. Even the pin connecting the body to the chassis is broken. Not to mention the rear wheel set bearing. This looks like the work of Svarog's minions. We need to find spare parts we can use nearby. We're wasting time.
Beep, beep, beep! Friends, do you need to find something? Findy can help!
Oh, I forgot about that.
How come you just jumped out on your own, little fella? Isn't your module thingy broken?
Beep, beep, beep. My brainwave scanner module is indeed broken. However, manual input for search is still operable. Come on, input the name of the object you were looking for. Findy can help.
Oh, well, aren't you confident? Let me give it a try then. Where's the input interface? Found it. Minecart pin, minecart wheel set, confirm. Just like that?
Beep, beep, beep. Request is being processed. Beep, beep, beep. Match successful. Initiating search for lost item, minecart pin. Beep, beep, beep. Item found. Please commence search according to the Home Use Object Finder Safety Manual.
Oh. Wait, what? Oh.
Beep, beep, beep. Interastral Peace Appliances, your most trustworthy companion. Beep, beep, beep. Findy will create a calendar reminder for when you want to visit an Interastral Peace Appliances store.
What?
Beep, beep, beep.
Oh.
As stated in the terms of service, my search result accuracy and reliability are not guaranteed. For more information, please call beep, beep, beep. As stated in the terms of service, my search result accuracy and reliability are not guaranteed. For more information, please call beep, beep, beep. As stated in the terms of service, my search result accuracy and reliability are not guaranteed. For more information, please call beep, beep, beep. Findy will create a calendar reminder for when you want to visit an Interastral Peace Appliances store.
Oh.
Beep, 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 beep. Potential target object detected. The current search has concluded.
Let me see. Yeah, we can make do with this part. This little machine isn't half bad.
It's annoying, oh my god.
Beep, beep, beep. What's that? Is that a hint of respect for Findy?
No.
How convenient. So, next time Don Hung gets lost, we can just use Findy to find him, right?
Beep, beep, beep. Biological life form search is currently not supported. If you have any questions, please call Interastral Peace Appliances.
Well, it was a good idea. Let's look for the next part.
Beep, beep, beep. Initiating search for lost item. Minecart wheel set. Beep, beep, beep. Item found. Please commence search according to the Home Use Object Finder Safety Manual.
Yay. Yeah, this thing's annoying. Oh my god. Right, which direction? What does red mean?
Beep, beep. As stated in the terms of service, my search result accuracy and reliability are not guaranteed. For more information, please call beep, beep, beep. Interastral Peace Appliances. Beep, beep, beep. Potential target object detected. The current search has concluded.
Thank God, she was annoying.
That's everything. You were a big help, Findy.
Beep, beep, beep. It was nothing. Interastral Peace Appliances, your most trustworthy companion. Beep, beep, beep. Current search complete. Entering sleep mode. Please recharge the Home Use Object Finder.
We're pretty lucky, huh? Without Findy, it probably would have taken half the day to find these parts.
Well, not that long, but that little machine definitely made it a lot easier. All right, let's go back and fix the minecart.
Are you gonna do it yourself?
Why wouldn't I? You've got to be self-reliant down here. Watch, you might learn something.
Okay, I'll try. Come on, Seely, you can do it. Bam.
All right, mission accomplished.
Quick work. You know, I didn't think you guys had worked a day in your lives, but you know how to get your hands dirty.
The cart is about to depart.
Push.
The robots will have seized the road ahead by now. We should go carefully.
Wait, what element are you?
Whoa, stop, stop. There's a big evil hunk of metal right there.
It's fine, we got it.
That model, it's one of Svarog's lapdogs, all right. Don't be afraid. I've dealt with those robots before. Let's go.
Okay, I'm trying to see what weakness it has. Oh. Okay. Oh god. Bleed? That's new. Oh god. Why do you always lock onto him?
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
We're just having fun.
Right. Ow.
The time is now. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them!
I really am enjoying
What
these.
a headache.
Ooh.
Naughty children, nap time.
Nap time. Sampo, no, I'm so... Oh, Jesus, that did quite a lot of damage, actually. Here's me thinking I was over-leveled.
Don't mess with me.
Okay. Sampo?
What are you waiting for? The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
Love it. Self-healing?
You'll pay for this. The time is now.
I didn't realize he had
Lend me
healing.
your strength.
Okay,
What a headache.
do this.
Time for a shot. Savor the vigor of life.
I do want to... God, everyone's bleeding.
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
They really zoom into her, don't they?
I owe you one.
I owe you one. Oh, God.
Don't mess with me. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Do you know, I think I said this in one of the other parts. Oh, that was a nice attack. This game reminds me a lot of Demon Slayer. If that makes any sense. I think it's just some of the animations that they go through.
Seeing it up close, this vein's even more spectacular.
I doubt the underground.
Oh, sorry. We're going back all the way over there.
Will ever see it fully excavated.
Oh. How do we... Oh, okay, we do have to go that way. Okay, I'm going to quickly run this way a little bit. Mostly to grab that. Oh, it's blocked. Okay, never mind. Well, I came here for a chest. That was all I really wanted. Alright, Sampo, you are...
Show your courage.
No attack. There we go. He is such a cool
Seeing
ending
it up
pose.
close, this vein's even more spectacular.
Oh, is there?
I doubt the underground will ever see it fully excavated.
Bronya, what do you know? What are you not saying, huh? Okay, there's nothing else. Oh god, there's so many of them.
This vein. So this is what everyone is fighting over. Mr. Svarog, it's such a massive vein. I've never seen so much geomarrow before.
Calculating.
Huh?
Based on the average rate of excavation, this vein is enough to supply Belobog with 231 days of energy, with a margin of error of 7 days. I sense that your reason for summoning me is not the ore in question. State your true intention, Clara.
Right. I wanted Mr. Svarog to see that many miners and vagrants have gotten hurt because of the vein. Can you help them?
I have already prevented the dispute and taken temporary control of the excavation zone. Evaluation result. In the event of no further variables, there will be no large-scale armed conflict within the next 30 days.
I know why you did it, Mr. Svarog. It's just, I don't think it'll be enough. The mining team and Wildfire, they don't understand your actions. If only we could do more for them.
My mission is the protection of the underworld. The trust of the minority sample is redundant to my calculations. Human behavior will always deviate from rational calculation, Clara. As evidenced by their presence here.
Svarog! We haven't settled our final score.
Zila, subordinate to Wildfire. Your resistance is futile. The result of my calculation is unequivocal. Remaining in the underworld is the optimal strategy for survival.
This again. Calculation results, survival strategies. I haven't got time for your thesis. Withdraw your forces, or I'll lose my temper.
Observe, Clara. Even under abject conditions, humans are unable to avoid division and conflict.
But Mr. Svarog...
Human failure to accept the calculation result is a significant threat to the survival strategy of the underworld. Calculation complete. Result unequivocal. Armed suppression of Wildfire and their allies is the optimal course of action.
This guy looks stronger than the other robots. His robot doesn't seem too friendly.
What about the girl in red? That robot is gonna take her away.
We must leave, Clara. External variables have triggered a calculation reset. The furnace core hub requires protection.
Please, Mills, don't hit them too hard.
I was getting bored of those minions. Time for a real fight.
Wait a minute.
Come at me!
Who is Clara? Sorry, I'm getting complicated. Who's Clara? Oh, it's the big boy.
Great.
Ooh. Again with you hitting Sampo. Why you gotta hit Sampo all the time? Oh, Jesus.
We're just having fun.
This battle is unavoidable. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
What
We've
a
entered the
headache.
storm.
Um,
To guard and defend. Crush them!
I can't remember if she is a
Don't mess with me.
playable character or not.
Yut.
Damn, it's taken us ages to break the spear. Oh, that's because we're not actually using...
You're in bad shape.
We don't have any elements that can do it. Taunt? Oh, Jesus.
What a headache.
We're just gonna have to try and get
Free
lucky.
from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Oh, I should have waited, actually.
Illusions of the past.
Ooh, that was
Try
nice.
this on for size.
You'll pay for this.
I want to do you
The
again.
time is now. Lend me your strength.
Don't mess with me.
Hey, watch the face.
Sampo's dead.
This price was too steep.
I'm sorry, Sampo. I honestly didn't mean to do that.
All better now?
Oh, Sampo isn't.
But I'm a doctor.
What a headache.
Oh my god.
This battle is unavoidable.
Uh,
The time is now. Lend me your strength.
yeah, I'm gonna have to...
Don't mess with.
Oh god. I'm gonna be left with one character. God, I need to kill it before it gets... Yeah, and before those run up to me. Okay, right. Oh, I don't have any of those. Okay.
I'll free you from your chains.
Just do this then.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Thank God. Whew.
Phew.
Oh.
Not bad. How many of these big guys is Svarog hiding?
A lot, which is why Wildfire has never been able to take him down. Svarog's forces are too strong. We don't have enough firepower.
The girl in red.
Clara? Don't worry about her. That girl is best pals with Svarog. She's always following behind him. He wouldn't harm her. I guess I'm just used to seeing them together now, even if I don't understand it. Let's look for the chief.
No need to look far.
Her leg.
Nice work, Zila. We
Oh,
were attacked
hello.
on both
Hi.
sides by robots. Who knows where they came from?
Ooh.
We thought we were in it for the long haul.
Chief, is everyone okay? Is anyone injured?
We're fine. We're used to it at this point. We sent those pesky robots and ragtag troops packing. The mine should be quiet for a while. And, who are your friends here?
Hi, I'm Hunter Alex.
Ah, them. They're outsiders that Sample brought down from who knows where. They need a favor from Wildfire, so I brought them with me. It'll be faster if they explain.
Are you the chief? You're a hard-to-find man. Pleased to meet you. We're here to make friends with Wildfire. This one.
That's quite the tone to take on our first meeting. I won't forget you in a hurry.
Good.
So, you went to all this trouble to find Wildfire.
Oh, he has
What
a
help
scar.
is it you need?
I didn't know you'd put on a show for the overworld, too. Impressive.
I know, right? I don't know what I did, but sure.
Well, this is new. Wildfire can barely take care of the underworld, and now outsiders are looking for assistance from us. This Stellaron you speak of, I've never heard of it. But if it's a secret that even we locals don't know about, then one name does come to mind.
You mean Coca-Cola?
The current Supreme Guardian is a liar who uses sweet words to deceive the underworld. She's never cared about our survival.
Be careful, that is her mother.
Stop right there. I won't allow you to insult the Madam Guardian.
Mother.
Miss Overworld, my words may be painful to you, but every one of them is true. Go out into the towns and hear for yourself. See how the people here suffer.
Oh, God.
I haven't gotten close to voicing the extent of the underworld's grievances, young lady. But I will respect your request. I will leave it at that for now. Let's get back to the main topic. The name that came to my mind was Svarog.
Huh? Isn't Svarog Wildfire's sworn enemy?
Why would a mere robot in the underworld have knowledge of important secrets?
Sworn enemy. Not how I see it. The young master here is closer. Svarog is a cold and unfeeling machine. He recognizes only the dead reasoning of his calculations. Svarog is not against Wildfire. Or perhaps I should say, Wildfire isn't even of concern to him. That ancient robot witnessed the war.
The war?
If you're looking to pick up a thread, he may well be your best source.
Oh, God, we just saw him. He's really that old? You mean the war with the Antimatter Legion?
Yeah, I remember hearing this world was invaded by the Legion hundreds of years ago.
Robots don't forget. If Svarog hasn't heard of your Stellaron, then I'm afraid perhaps no one has.
In which case, we need to think of a way to convince Svarog to communicate with us.
Can we just ask him?
Or get him to hand over his memory bank. We could go through it ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
What should we do?
We've tried repeatedly to negotiate with Svarog, but he rejects every effort. He believes that Wildfire is a threat. Still, if it were you guys... it's difficult to say. We have time. Let's get into the detail tomorrow. It's late, and you must have been through a lot. Go back to the town and rest. I'll make arrangements.
Again? I'm starting to get nervous of arranged rest on this planet.
As for our Silvermane girl here, do you have time? I'd like to talk with you in private.
Oh, I want to be there. Oh, I got Faded Sun. Cool. Do they have anything to say?
Wildfire? The vagrants? Svarog? The changes in here are greater than I ever imagined. What exactly did the underworld go through after the Silvermane guards left? Sorry. Did you have something you wanted to say to me?
You and Sadie work well together. What do you think? What do you think Oleg wants to talk about?
I think I know what it will concern. Even if Oleg wasn't looking for me, I would have looked for him. I'm certain that the residents of the underground will have a lot they need to vent about. And, as a Silvermane guard, I have a lot that I need to ascertain. Nothing more.
I have a feeling she's always had doubts about something is going on, but she's never really had any inclination. So being down here is going to give her that, like, push. What do you think of this boss, Svarog?
According to Oleg, he's a robot that took part in the War of Defense over 700 years ago. He possesses a near-human intelligence and rules over all the machinery in the underground. During the war, the architects created astonishing mechanical soldiers. But but the fight was so terrible that most were damaged or destroyed. The technology was lost. If what Oleg says is true, then Svarog is an architect creation left over from the old era.
You and Seely work well together.
We do? I hadn't realized. I've received rigorous military training. Coordinating with soldiers under any circumstances is easy for me.
You can say what you really mean.
I admit Zila is talented. We do work well together. But that's all there is to it.
That's all I have to ask.
Hey, thanks for your concern. You should head back to the town. And I'll do the same when Oleg and I are finished.
Alright, Oleg?
Young man, this isn't the best place for a chat. Let's keep things brief.
Okay. Your voice, oh my god. So what's so great about
Svarog?
Svarog.
Well, he's an artificially intelligent being from the old world. He was here when the underground was first constructed. That's about all I knew. Now he guards the furnace core hub. Many vagrants have established bases in the vicinity, seeking Svarog's protection.
What happened in the mine?
You got the gist from Natasha, right? The miners and vagrants came to blows over the vein. Then Svarog's subordinates pushed everyone back.
So, whatever his name is, wasn't after the vein.
You saw for yourself. After he pushed everyone back, he disappeared. It was clear he didn't have any interest in the vein itself. If you want my take, he prevented another underworld conflict. Even if the execution was rough around the edges.
That is what he said.
His behavior says something about his thinking. As long as everyone's been driven out, the conflict is over.
Something about this, like, goldy ore really reminds me of Zhongli from Genshin. What do you want to say to Bronya?
Well, I heard that she's a Silvermane guard that was sent to arrest you. I expected you to be less friendly around each other. Are you worried about her?
Very much so.
Really? I'm surprised. Still, you can rest easy. I won't make things difficult for her.
Okay.
We haven't seen a Silvermane guard down here for a long time now. I just want to ask her a few questions. Nothing more.
Nothing else.
It's getting late. You should go back to the town and get some rest.
Seely. Oh god, my characters are dead. Oh, look, there's a thing over there.
You guys have some moves. If you need my help with anything, just shout.
Okay. So you finally believe us?
It'll take more than that. But you're not as bad as I took you for. You walk the talk. Oh, I wanted to ask you. That Bronya girl, is she really a Silvermane guard?
Yeah, she's their leader.
Oh, she heads up the force? Not bad.
Why?
It's just, I thought that Silvermane guards were all cold and unfeeling. They left the underworld to perish. But she doesn't give me that impression.
Ooh.
Anyway, I've got stuff to report to the chief. See you around.
Is there a little bit of a ship that we could make going on around here? I very much would like to heal people. Oh, cool. Alright. Oh, I don't have any healers. Damn it. So let's go do that.
Oh, you must be Oleg's guests. Welcome to the Gerda Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel?
Hey, that's not very polite.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's not an auto. My bad.
It's fine. You aren't the first guest to have that reaction. A few hundred years ago, one ancestor of the Gerda family was ambitious and sought to build something big from nothing. Eventually, he actually did it. have you seen that stylish Goethe Hotel? Strictly speaking, it's a branch of this grand hotel.
Ah, people with big dreams have big determination.
Oleg wants me to take good care of y'all. Here's the key. You'll be staying in our most spacious guest room.
What do you think? Should we go ahead and call it a day? Or walk around a bit more first?
No, we'll call it a day. I'm tired. Let's go back to the room and rest.
Time to rest again. I hope there aren't any surprises this time. That Oleg, he seems sincere. What do you guys think?
Oh, he doesn't seem too bad. I think he's a good person. No comment. Leave it neutral.
Would you look at him? Blurting out something so irresponsible.
A lot like you, actually. But if you ask for my opinion, it's better to be safe than sorry.
True.
Fine. We'll keep our guards up. Our last hotel experience was eventful, to say the least.
One of us should keep watch tonight.
You. Oh.
Keep watch? Are we space cowboys now? I guess this is the cosmic Wild West. Anyone else sleepy?
How about you set us a good example, Dang Hung? Yeah, you suggested it, so...
Sure. I don't have much need for sleep.
I'll keep watch.
Oh, Branya.
Branya, did you finish talking to Oleg? Hope he didn't make things difficult for you.
Not really. Though it wasn't the friendliest conversation. We didn't see eye to eye on everything. I've come to know a great deal in a short time. Doubt I'll be able to fall asleep tonight.
I doubt I'll be able to sleep either. Not that I don't trust you. It's just, you're a Silvermane Guard officer in the underground. There might be people looking to harm you.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are. The Silvermane Guards have a lot to make amends for down here. If someone had made a stand in the outset and explained the consequences to Madame Cocolia, forget it. It's meaningless to talk about it now. You don't need to worry about me. Oleg guaranteed that I wouldn't be harmed. He seemed like a man of his word. Go and rest.
Also, I realized that Honkai and Genshin share a lot of voice actors, so I'm wondering if I can pick up on who they are. Ooh. Note. What is this? Paper, pens, black dots. I'm gonna kind of skip these. Because I don't... Oh my god. Neutral. Oh, it's like a rating system. Neutral. I'm just gonna say neutral to everything. Oh god, what did I just click? Sweet. Also, Natasha uses the same voice actor as Rosaria, so that's cool. Rosaria is one of my favorites. Can I get in this closet? No. Well, it's already given it a bad rating, so it's fine. Where's the horse? The bed isn't soft. The room feels more homely than a coldly decorated overworld hotel. I'm tired. Hope I can get a good night's sleep. Let's try and sleep at least. Ooh.
I lost her. My wish. Your so-called plan. What is the point of it all? Silence! She is my daughter. My only... You soulless thing. How could you begin to fathom? You will never understand. Never! A new world.
Is this what's happening now? Also, sorry, I didn't realize that thing would pop up right in the middle.
That voice again. Such a strange dream.
I must be connected to the Stellatrons.
May as well go for a walk if I can't sleep.
I'm creeped out. Rania.
Who goes there? Show yourself. Oh, it's you. Don't sneak up behind me next time. Lucky for you, I wasn't armed. No sleep for you either, huh?
I've been having nightmares recently. I'm gonna tell her.
I understand. The more that weighs on your mind, the more your fears become dreamscapes. Actually, seeing as there's no one around, can I ask you some things? This Stellaron you speak of, if you were to find it, how sure are you that you could stop the eternal freeze?
Honestly, I have no idea. I've never dealt with one before. You better ask Dang Hung.
Is he your leader? I feel he possesses a great stillness of mind in everything he does. You know, it was difficult for me to believe you. Some of the words you use are too alien for those that have lived their entire life in Belobog. As far as I was concerned, Madame Cocolia's order to arrest you sounded reasonable. But why didn't she issue it straight away? She must have realized something about you. Something I haven't yet been able to perceive for myself. It bothers me. What must have transpired to cause her such a drastic change? Still, orders are orders. It's not for soldiers to question their superiors.
You had no choice, yeah.
I don't need you to absolve me. The truth is, I didn't have every confidence that I was doing the right thing. But the sense of duty to carry out an order is bound to prevail with me. In the past, overworld soldiers on the front line would lose their lives in droves. And yet, the Fragmentum's advance would remain unaffected. Nevertheless, that was her reason for deploying all the Silvermane guards to the front line. The transport line for supplies in Geomarrow remained open, but the passage between the surface and the underground ceased. I approved of that decision. I never thought that the underworld would sink into such ruin without the Silvermane guards. Perhaps Mother was wrong. But how can I change her mind? I've tried, but she won't listen. I don't know how to get through to her.
We'll help you. You should become a Supreme Guardian.
You mean... What was I thinking? No, I shouldn't. That was a diabolical thought. The more I think about it, the more disoriented I get, which in turn makes me think about it even more. I just want a better life for the people of Belobog.
The world is more complicated than you think. You can't save the world alone, yeah.
Maybe you're right. Or not. Right now, I just need more time to think. Walk with me. Let's forget our problems for a while.
Okay, let's go. I quite like her, actually. I didn't like her at first, but she's really growing on me. Plus, I do really like her hair design.
I can't remember the last time I went for a walk like this. I never thought I'd take one through such a strange place, with someone I'd only just gotten to know. It's so quiet here. I'm not used to it. The quieter things are around you, the louder they... I'm surprised the vagrants in the Great Mine go after the mining teams. They must be desperate. Still, whatever their situation, a crime is a crime. How is the law supposed to find a balance between justice and compassion? in the face of such complexity.
How much longer can you last with your current supplies?
Is that Zila? Let's go take a look.
I know. I'll go to Rivet Town and bring them back for you.
It's too dangerous to go alone. Get Oleg to send someone with you.
The rest of Wildfire has barely gotten any sleep the last few days. They should rest. They'd only be holding their eyelids open and slowing me down. Besides, didn't you say some of the miners were gravely injured? Lives are on the line.
Hi. Sounds like we arrived on time. Just on time.
Aren't you supposed to be sleeping? What are you doing out here?
Can't
Up
sleep.
to no good, perhaps?
Yep.
We're
Always.
just having a walk. Neither of us could sleep. You can rescind your baseless accusations.
Walk somewhere else, then.
Easy, Zila. Maybe they can help.
We're always willing to help Miss Natasha.
I'm grateful. Here's the situation. The clinic is packed full of people injured in the mines incident. Since you helped us resolve things, Zila and I have been busy caring for them. As you know, the underground is lacking resources to begin with. Add on the sudden nature of the incident, and it's no surprise that the clinic is almost out of medical supplies. We need to acquire more. Somehow.
Is there other grounds in the Undertown?
The situation in other towns is even worse than ours. As the Fragmentum spreads underground, more monsters go roaming around, causing trouble for all the towns. That means more vagrants in the mines. The town's resources have been swallowed up by the Fragmentum. To get anything now, people have to risk their lives.
Easy now, Zila. Anger isn't good for one's health. Zila and I actually aren't from here. We both come from an industrial town to the north. A few years ago, the Fragmentum began to seep into the town center. I used to manage an orphanage and clinic there. But after the Fragmentum corroded the area, I had no choice but to move here to Boulder Town. After all, I have to survive myself if I want to save more people.
Go to a corroded town to collect some useful resources? I'm in.
Alright, what's the plan?
You want to come as well? But you look quite tired.
Nah, I'm fine.
Hold up. I never said you could join us.
People's lives are at stake. Why wouldn't you want another person to help? Besides, I have some experience with the Fragmentums. I'm sure I will be of use.
True.
Well, just don't slow me down.
Zila's lack of outright rejection means she approves of you. With you all accompanying her, my mind will be more at ease. Come, let me give you a list of materials we need. The place you're going to is called Rivet Town. Follow the path through the mountains to the north for a bit, and you'll arrive there. Let me think. I'm almost out of metal plates and bandages used for immobilizing broken bones. There's a market in the center of Rivet Town. Residents left behind piles of materials there when they evacuated. Please look for some there. Oh, also rubbing alcohol. I kept a bunch at the orphanage, since the kids often got into tussles. I didn't bring it with me when I left. Oh, I hope it's still intact. Lastly, painkillers. There should be a bunch stored in the old lab. Hopefully they haven't been destroyed by monsters. These should be enough to get by for a bit longer. Be careful, don't push yourselves too hard.
Metal plates and bandages, rubbing alcohol, and painkillers. Got it. Piece of cake. Let's go. If we leave now, we can still make it back before sundown. When it comes to helping injured people groaning in pain, the sooner the better.
Yeah, that's true.
If we hadn't happened to be passing by, were you really planning on going into the Fragmentum alone?
Of course. What's all the fuss about? I've done that loads of times.
So reckless. According to the rules of the Silvermane Guards, any expedition into the Fragmentum must have a squad of at least 4 members, as well as a communications officer.
Exactly. A rule of the Silvermane Guards. Don't apply your rules to us.
Let's go.
We're here. This is Rivet Town. Everything looks familiar. Let's go. And watch your step. I haven't been here in a long time. There are probably some monsters around. We can't see anything here. Let's find higher ground to get a better view.
Oh, monster. Oh. There's a lot of things. It doesn't seem too corrupted, though.
Way over there. See that house on the hill? That's Natasha's old orphanage. After Oleg found me, he sent me there. I spent over half my childhood in that place.
Oh. I'd like to retire here.
Natasha said that the house was donated by some rich businessman. Whatever his business may have been, he must have been a good person. I miss those carefree days as a kid.
Huh.
I think we all do, yeah.
What? Nothing to say?
No, it's just... this place seems familiar somehow. Never mind.
Oh!
Weirdo. Look down there. See the mess that remains of those old stalls? That's Rivet Town's market. The supplies Natasha wants are probably there. Let's keep moving. Watch out for monsters.
So do you think Bronya's been here before? I mean, it would kind of make sense.
Enemies ahead. These aren't like vagrants.
Game's struggling a little bit today.
Shall take back what we lost. Ample supplies.
Ample supplies.
Restaurant?
The most famous restaurant in town. Natasha would bring the kids who behaved well here for a special meal.
So, did she ever bring you?
Do I seem like I was a goody two-shoes? Of course not.
Look, there's a new enemy. Oh, that looks cool. The enemy designs are so good. Look at it.
Who's next? Troublesome. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Never gets old. But that was a really easy battle.
We shall take back what we lost.
Thank you. You can stop saying that now. Is there anything here to collect? Ah.
Time well spent.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I need to...
The facilities here seem to be in pretty good shape. Not like those of a place that has been abandoned for years.
Now that you mention it, it does seem a little... Could people still be living here? Impossible.
Huh. I need to get rid of... I need to do the story. I need to do the story really badly. Oh. I wonder who's here then. And I wonder if that's why Bronya remembers.
There's a bunch of crates piled...
Oh. Sorry, I didn't.
So you are afraid of who's next?
I still really like Sampo.
What
Ow.
a headache. Who's next?
Sweet. Oh. When did he pop up?
Don't mess with me.
Oh, it's that enemy again. Can we actually have a look at that enemy? I like how you can go... Oh. I like how you can go in here and have a look. Imaginary Weaver? Look at the design. It's cool.
I'll free you from your chains.
Oh, I should've
Disappear
done that
among
the
the
other way.
sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Naughty child. Nap time.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
See, it's that. I have it sped up. There you go. Yeah, I have it sped up when I just do the daily stuff. Right. Oh, I do really like these puzzles, you know. I am a sucker for a puzzle. Oh! I honestly thought there was more to that.
Ample supplies.
Ample supplies.
The enemies.
Ooh! That was a shoot first, ask. Oh,
great.
Oh, look at this. So again, these are the, what are they called? Yeah, Silvermane Guards. Oh, it actually tells you. Internal freeze. It mimics, it mimics the form of Silvermane Guards. Oh, and then this. I love this design, and especially that the fact it comes in like a bunch of different colors. Thank God. Sampo almost died. Yay.
Ample supplies.
Ample supplies. Right, we don't have anyone that has a healing thing, do we? No. We have this one. What does this do? Oh, he just like throws a bomb. Okay. Is that where I just came from? Oh, we're going over here. Okay. Oh, there's two enemies there. I haven't really gone through the areas.
Darn. How could they all be empty? Now even the monsters are gathering supplies?
The monsters of the Fragmentum don't need any materials we humans use. And if they did take anything, this place would look much messier.
You mean that someone else got here and took everything before us?
Yeah, someone else is here.
It's just a guess, but there are also some footprints on the ground here.
The scent of dirt is still fresh. They can't have come too long before us. Let's go then. We need to find something, even if we have to search every corner of this market.
Is it Sampo? Oh, you actually want me to go over here?
Eric?
Huh?
Hey, Brat! How could you come here by yourself? Oh, don't you know how dangerous this place is?
Zila! You aren't the boss of me. I can go
Hooks
wherever I
here.
want. It's none of your beeswax.
You took the materials and hid them all here. Not bad, kid. But if we didn't take care of those monsters, what were you planning to do? Just stay here, shaking in your boots?
Who asked you to do anything? I was just about to escape. I didn't need your help at all.
Still stubborn, huh? Then tell me, how exactly were you gonna get those big metal plates out of here past those monsters?
There's always a way.
That's enough. He's just a kid.
Don't let him fool you. Everyone in the underworld knows that this brat is a no-good thief. If I remember correctly, even the clothes you're wearing came off another kid's back.
About that.
Tell us, what do you even want metal plates and gauze bandages for? We need them to save people.
200.
What?
200 shield?
Are you kidding me? You want to negotiate?
I don't have any money with me.
Me neither. I never bring my coin purse with me on a mission.
You're actually planning to give this little crook money? I'm telling you, this is his same old trick.
No! Not this time. I really need money.
Don't believe him.
My daddy.
Pretending to use your dad again as an excuse. If he knew about this, you'd be in big trouble.
No!
Zila, that's enough. It's Eric, right? Here, you can have this.
What's this?
This is a medal given to me by the architects. See that blue stone in the middle? That's a geomarrow crystal of the highest purity. You need money for your family, right? Take this and show it to a knowledgeable buyer, and they'll instantly know how valuable it is.
Thank you.
But you'll have to promise me one thing. You'll never steal other people's things again. Promise?
I promise. I'll never steal things again.
Then it's a deal. If you go back on your promise, I'm going to bring my Silvermane guards with me and catch you myself. Here, take the medal and go back to the town. We already took care of any threat on the way. You'll be safe.
Thank you. Whoever you are, you guys can take all of these things. You guys need to be careful too. There seems to be something real scary in that house up on the hill.
The orphanage?
Oh, right. The road across from the market is blocked. If you want to go further, you'll have to go to the shopping street.
Got it. Thanks for the tip.
That object was pretty important to you, right? Are you sure you're okay just giving it to Eric like that?
If it will make him change his ways, it's more than worth it.
What if he doesn't?
From a young age, my mother taught me to be forgiving and to preserve the goodwill in people's hearts. Even if I am but a small glimmer of light in this world, I must try my best to shine brightly for others. I must give him a chance, Zila, because other people can't.
I don't really get what you just said. Anyway, we should get moving. Eric said that we need to take the shopping street to go any further. I think I still remember where it is. This way.
Yay, we got the first thing. I wonder what's going on with him then. Right. Kabam. Ha! I'm honestly a... Oh, there's a chest there. Do I want that chest? Oh, there's a chest right here that I missed.
Ample supplies.
Oh, I think I have to somehow go round for that one.
This is the street, all right. The orphanage should be at the end.
These shops and signs. Why do I feel like I've seen them before? But when?
Why has she been down here? Right, let's quickly do this. Oh, is this going to take me round? Kabam! Right, this battle shouldn't be too hard.
Naughty
I'll free
children,
you from your
don't
chains.
listen.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Let me
Never
end
gets
your
old.
misery.
Never gets old.
You're in bad shape. This battle is unavoidable.
Bam.
Troublesome.
Don't mess with me. Who's next?
We shall
Love
take back what we lost.
Oh. Chest. I'm guessing the other battles round here. Oh. Where is that? What's this? No. I wanted to... No, attack! Okay, it was... I thought that would initiate the battle, but it didn't, so that's why I was confused. And last one, you. Yeah. She's so cool. I'm so happy we actually got her. Oh. That's right, let's grab the chest.
No cash.
Sampo. It's fine. Right, so I think we're going this way, aren't we? I want to get all that stuff off the screen. Oh my god. I hate all the red dots. That's one thing I dislike about these games. Ooh, ticket.
How you gonna win if you don't take any risks?
The entrance to the orphanage is up this way. I wonder what the old place is like now. Maybe some things will still look familiar.
Oh, chest. I know I'm trying to level up my things.
Almost there. I didn't expect this place to be so well preserved. You know, if we could have worked together to push back the Fragmentum, maybe we wouldn't have had to take off and leave our homes behind.
Maybe.
We made it! It's been so long, but this place hasn't changed one bit. Hey, where are you going?
Sorry. Thought I was able to like look around while you were talking. Why are we stuttery? Is that me? Alright, let's... Oh. I really need to read all of this stuff. Oh, we're going over here.
These crates have been sitting here for many years, right? Even if they have materials in them, are you sure they are still usable?
Do you think undergrounders care about expiration dates? Even having any supplies is a miracle in itself. No. No. Empty. How are they all empty? Who could have...
Careful! Enemy behind you!
Oh god. That's a big one. It looks tough. I mean, it's a big one.
I've only seen this kind of monster before in the restricted zone.
I don't care how big you are. You dare sneak up on us from behind. This is it for you, pal!
Yay.
Great.
Right.
What are you waiting for? The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
Right, cool. Give you wind here.
Great.
Savor the vigor of life.
Yeah, I very much doubt this battle is going to be too difficult.
This battle is...
Break. I don't really understand the point of breaking
What a
them.
headache.
I guess they do more damage when...
Evil doer.
Nap time.
Sampo Koski always tried this on for size.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
It looks like a crab. It has like crab claws.
That was it?
Well, it was 3 against 1.
Nah, I could have taken it on by myself. But still, fighting alongside you two was pretty fun.
Thanks.
Should be all clear now. Let's poke around. The kids at the orphanage were always getting into scraps when we played out here. If I remember it right, there ought to be some supplies for our cuts and bruises stored in that corner there. I just hope the monster didn't get to them.
Why would a
It
monster
wasn't my
need them?
imagination.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, her being here.
This building? This playground equipment? I've seen it all before.
What? Come on. The overground and underground have been sealed off from each other for over 10 years. It would have been used if a Silvermane guard had come down here, let alone an overworld princess.
Her dad?
Wait, unless before that.
Yes, it's a possibility. That would explain why my memory of it is so blurry.
Is her dad the businessman?
Come on. I need to look around a bit more before I can be sure.
That's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me, is if her dad is the businessman that, like, gave this place. Oh. Yeah. Right, I can't get in there. Oh, I hate that walking sound. Oh, I actually want this book. Thank God. Alright, let's look at this.
We've looked everywhere but here. I hope my memory is right. It's... Ah! Yes! We found it! Great! And it's barely damaged. Nat wouldn't have expected her old supplies from years ago to have stayed in such good condition.
You should still check the expiration date for things like rubbing alcohol. If it's expired, it won't be effective.
True. Let me check a few bottles.
I didn't think alcohol had dates on it.
Huh? What's this?
This is something from when I was a child.
When you were a child? Are you sure?
You came from this town as a child. It's just a coincidence. Lots of kids probably have this toy. Could it be when you were a child?
Yes. I remember now. I used to live here. Before the architects took me away, before Madame Cocolia adopted me, I used to live here.
You're adopted?
I'm an undergrounder.
You're an undergrounder? Wait a minute. You're saying that Cocolia, the Supreme Guardian, adopted you? Then...
Yes. I'm the successor chosen by the architects. In the future, I will become the guardian who leads Belobog. Why? Why didn't I remember this until now? My childhood memories are so blurry.
You were too little to remember correctly. Cocolia must have done something to make you forget. We have no proof for that.
No.
But that's just...
Mother would never do that to me. There's no way she would. The architect said that the guardian successor is selected from among all people in Belobog. The selection process can take anywhere from a few years to a few decades. During that time, all children of the appropriate age in both the overworld and the underworld will be tested. In the end, only one child deemed as worthy will be chosen. I must have been chosen from among the children here and then taken to the surface.
Huh.
The kids at the orphanage are always coming and going. I never thought that there would have been a future Supreme Guardian among us. Does Nat know about this? Could she have been keeping it a secret?
I don't think she knows. The selection of the successor is done with utmost secrecy. and the child chosen must completely say goodbye to their past. And thus, I became the daughter of Madame Cocolia. My only identity is that of guardian successor. But I'm not good enough. Every day I see Silvermane guards sacrifice their lives in the Fragmentum, but I've never had the resolve to try to change Mother's mind. The underworld has been struggling, but I never tried to help. I didn't even know that it was my own home that had fallen into such a dire state. In the end, I haven't been able to guard anything. How could they have thought that I was worthy to be the successor?
Hey, are you done?
Huh?
Wow. Ugh, so annoying.
What?
What? You thought I should feel sorry for you after your little speech? You can hide in your palace while you fuss over your overworld problems. And on the front line, it's not even you who's putting their life in danger. But in the underworld, what do we worry about? If we'll have food for our next meal, or survive to the next week. Even if I am but a small glimmer of light in this world, I must try my best to shine brightly for others. Didn't you say that? Well, if you really want to protect everyone, what are you standing here crying for? Get to it!
You're right. You're right. Self-pity doesn't help solve anything. Thank you, Sela. Usually when I feel sorry for myself, I am met with gentle consolation. Never has anyone dared to be tough and make me snap out of it.
I'm no good at consoling, but I can hit you on the head a few times, no problem.
Oh god, she's so funny. I love her.
I can tell that you have a big burden to carry. Why do you force yourself to?
As the successor to the Guardian of Belobog, I must always be vigilant of my behavior and thoughts.
Yeah, Lady Branya. Miss Future Supreme Guardian comes from the same orphanage as me. Who thought it would be a good idea to put us together, huh? How about I show you around the orphanage a bit more? Unlike you, my memories from when I was little are crystal clear.
Okay. I'll indulge in old memories with you for a while.
Where am I off to?
I should let those two be alone for a bit. The only thing left to find is painkillers. I'll see if there's any nearby.
Okay. What do
I should let those two be the only thing left.
I'm... Okay. Sorry. Jeez. I quite like them as a pair, actually. Wait, is this one?
It's here. We found it. Thank you, Perkins.
What? Who's here? Is there more children here? Oh!
Warning. Warning.
Clara!
Danger detected.
She fights with a giant robot. I mean no harm.
Protect Clara. Initiating active defense mode.
Perkins, don't! Stop! I've seen this person before. He's not bad, right?
Who are you?
Command received. Danger removed. Deactivating active defense mode.
This place is dangerous. You should leave.
I'm looking for medicine to help the injured.
Oh, I came here for these painkillers too.
Why?
There are a lot of people hurt at the Vagrant camp. I guess the miners are no different? If everyone could just get along, things would be easier.
We can go half.
Here you are. I hope the medicine is of help to you.
What is your relationship with Sarog? I can't remember how to say his
Mr.
name.
Svarog, he's my family. I met Mr. Svarog when I was real little. He took me in and took care of me. I'm really sorry about what happened back in the Great Mine. Mr. Svarog doesn't trust any humans besides me, especially everyone from Wildfire.
So why did Sarog want to get involved in the incident in the mines?
He heard that the miners and vagrants had begun to engage in a large-scale conflict. He wanted to stop everyone from getting hurt fighting over the mines. Wildfire wants everyone to leave the underground, but Mr. Svarog wants everyone to stay here. According to his calculations, the overground is already unsafe.
But the underground is safer.
Yes. At least according to Mr. Svarog's calculations. He says that his responsibility is preservation. To do that, he must make decisions that best protect humanity.
Sounds like a lot like the Supreme Guardian.
I know that Wildfire wants to talk to Mr. Svarog, but no matter how many times you talk to him, Mr. Svarog won't change his mind. So please trust me. I'll try to persuade Mr. Svarog. Hopefully one day he'll finally listen.
Clara, what are you doing here?
You're Miss Seela from Wildfire. I came here to...
Huh. Are they sisters?
Why are you helping the vagrants look for medicine? If they're so great, how could they make a little girl go around running errands for them?
No, it's not like that. I wasn't made to do anything. It's just that the living conditions for the vagrants aren't great. There's not even a clinic in their camp. So I wanted to help them out. Also, not all of them are bad people. Everyone just wants to survive. Miss Seela, did this medicine belong to Miss Natasha? Then, can you give me some? The vagrant's injuries are quite serious.
I see. Let's split these painkillers then.
Really? We don't need to ask Miss Natasha first?
If I know Nat, she won't mind. Although, this will make it more difficult for us. She'll understand. She always does.
Great. Thank you, Miss Seela.
Are you leaving? This old town is too dangerous. We'll accompany you part of the way.
It's fine. I have Perkins for company. And I have some more things I need to look for here first.
Understood. Be careful, though.
Yay! Alright, well, I'm gonna do this in a second.
Metal plates and bandages, rubbing alcohol, painkillers. Great, that's everything.
Can we go? Oh.
Let's go report to Natasha in Boulder Town. It won't take long to get back.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, Ghost from the Past. It keeps saying that every time I do things. It's like, you can't do anything. No. Wait, what's this? Ooh. Okay, cool. We actually get a... Oh, I thought we got... Oh, yeah, we do. What does this actually do? Increases ongoing healing by 10% at the start of... Oh. That's pretty good. Okay. So, very quickly, let's give that to Natasha. She is our healer. Remove all. Recommended. Yeah. Okay, cool. She can have that. The rest of them I haven't really gone through. I've kind of just given them whatever because, again, it just says please control because we need to level up the equilibrium. Right, we're going there. Where is that? Oh, can I just teleport? Oh, okay. Yeah, and I really want to get through the story.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
There is. Right, hey Natasha.
Nat, we're back.
Nat.
That's our Zila. Nothing if not punctual. So, did you find any usable supplies?
Yep. Confirm.
Oh, let me see. Metal plates, gauze bandages, painkillers, rubbing alcohol. Ah, perfect. That's everything I needed. Huh. It's just, there are less painkillers than I'd expected. Did someone break into the storage room?
Do we tell her? We shared some with Clara.
Clara?
Yeah, Clara.
Huh. If she was there too, then I understand. She wants to look after the injured vagrants, right? Clara's always been a kind-hearted girl. I think you made the right decision. Still, it means I'm going to have to draw up a detailed dosage plan.
Hey, don't worry. I'll help you.
No need. I'll handle the clinic. I assume you three have more important things to be getting on with, right?
No idea.
Oleg will be waiting, not to mention your two companions.
Oh, yeah. I nearly forgot about those two.
So you guys aren't that close after all? I thought you were sworn friends.
I met them like 6 hours ago. It's fine.
Oh, you're adorable, Branya. He was obviously joking.
I bet old Oleg wants to talk about Svarog. We should get going. Sorry, Nat. We'll have to leave the wounded to you.
Oh, no worries. I hope things go smoothly.
Thanks. Ooh. Oh, and we got a Natasha for that? Oh, damn. My Natasha's going to be amazing. Because we already have her at number 1, which after being tagged, if the current HP is 30% or lower, heals self. Cool. So does that increase her... That's this one, isn't it? So now it's 8%. Okay, cool.
Huh?
Oh.
Tired already?
Aren't you? We didn't get any rest last night.
You're gonna have to step it up, you know? My record is 6 days, no shut-eye.
Ma'am, that is not good. Oh, like...
Hey, they're finally back!
Sorry for the unannounced disappearance.
That's nothing. The unannounced disappearance record holder is right here.
That's me in real life as well.
And that's something to be proud of?
Yes.
It's good to have everyone back together. Let me get straight to it. Regarding the Stellaron and your predicament in the overworld, your friends have gone over both with me again. The last time I saw Kokolia, she was an impressive young lady. I never thought that after becoming the Guardian... All I can say is that I sympathize with your situation. Rest easy. Wildfire won't go behind your back on this.
Thanks.
Your plan sounds a bit like the ravings of a drunken miner, but at least you're offering a road forwards. We Underworlders haven't had a road to anywhere for a long time now, and you can see how things have become. I'm willing to give you guys a shot.
Don't worry, Mr. Oleg. We'll make sure you don't regret it.
Ravings of a drunken miner is a little harsh.
Maybe it is, but I think we need to set our sights on something a bit more realistic. You guys want to know the whereabouts of the Stellaron. Wildfire wants to remove the restrictions on the Underworld. In other words, Svarog is the target of both our efforts. If we can't deal with the boss, we can't deal with anything.
We should find a way to bring him over to our side.
He wouldn't understand. You're forgetting he's a robot. It'd be faster to smash him to scrap metal.
Yeah.
We should make preparations for both approaches. Of course, it's better to settle matters through peaceful means, but if the situation changes, we must be prepared for armed conflict at a moment's notice. Wildfire has tried many times to make contact with Svarog, without success. He has no intention of engaging with us. At our current strength, it would be incredibly dangerous to use force. Svarog's robots don't fear sacrifice, and I don't want to risk underworld lives. But things have changed. Your arrival constitutes an external variable for Svarog. I may not have the full picture, but perhaps you guys have an opportunity to sway him.
That would be best.
Our scheme is coming along nicely. But I fear that Svarog just isn't the swaying type. You'll understand when you get to his territory. Things never run smoothly down here.
Oh, we're going to his territory?
What about you, Miss Silvermane? You're the only one here that isn't compelled to do or die with Svarog. I'd like to hear your plan.
Oh, the underworld is still a part of Belobog. If Svarog's existence constitutes a threat to the people here, I will of course stand with you.
Excellent. An enlightened answer, young lady, and spoken like a true successor to the guardianship. Seeing as we're all on the same side, there's no reason to delay. Let's go. I've arranged for a guide to take you to Svarog.
Well, that was easy. What will Wildfire be doing?
Wildfire's relationship with Svarog has been hostile for a long time now. Accompanying you would only lead to misunderstandings. We'll be nearby, awaiting orders. If things go south, we'll be there in no time.
Thanks.
Zila, perhaps you can take our outsider friends the rest of the way.
I'm on it, boss.
Oh, Sampo texted me? Oh, and Julian. What does Sampo say? Hunter Alex, my hero, I finally got hold of you. You must save me, and if I don't? Please reply soon, I'm begging. It's life and death. When you have a second, meet me at the Great Mall. It's a side quest. What do you want? Hello, anyone? Sendor, what is this supposed to mean? This is a money transfer function. Please transfer 200 credits. What? Someone actually replied? You're a real person? This game, I swear, this game is just full of jokes and stuff. It's so funny. Right, this is the right one. Yeah. Where am I?
Where have you been?
I don't know, actually. Oh my god, it's Hook. Hook, no.
Hook? You.
We had the same
This
reaction.
I really wasn't expecting.
So, the moles are a part of Wildfire.
Ah, that's right. It's me, Pitch Dark, Hook the Great. What do you want?
Kiddo, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I will be your guide, friends, by order of Chief Oleg. I gotta say I'm a little upset at the thought of you choosing a toddler over your old buddy Sampo.
I would much prefer you.
All right, don't get started. But I want to ask you something. Everyone in Wildfire knows the location of Svarog's lair. Why do we need you as a guide?
My specialty's in the field, perhaps. Wildfire may know where the base is, but have they ever been inside?
You've been inside?
No, but I felt my way around the outside and picked up more than a few clues. I can help you. You have my word.
Yep, come. Let's hope you can walk the talk.
Hey, what are you trying to say? Name me someone above or below ground that walks the talk like Sempo Koski. My legacy will prove that Sempo Koski was nothing but a willing and devoted servant of...
Who?
Oh, enough. Jeez, we believe you, okay? Show us the way already.
Great. Stay close.
Okay, I will. Oh. Path of Eons.
Sampo, are we there yet?
Do you have to ask every other minute, Missy? 2 more steps, just 2 more steps, and you're there.
This Svarog's lair? I thought it'd be cold and lifeless. Turns out it's pretty busy.
Many vagrants are staying here temporarily. Their homes were overrun by monsters.
Isn't it dangerous for them to make camp right under Svarog's metal nose?
No. Svarog may be ruthless, but he never attacks without reason. For those with no home, this is actually a safe place to be. If I hadn't moved away when I did, I'd probably be where they are right now.
Thing to break. I love her weapon so much. Like, I want someone to 3D print one for me. Maybe I could buy one. Oh, chest. Where am I going? What am I doing? I feel like... Ah, see, I knew I was coming around here for a reason. I love how you don't have to pick stuff up. Alright, anyway. Let's actually get back to the story before I get too distracted. I do need to go around and actually complete all the chests and stuff. Should we have a quick look down here? More breakables. Okay, stop. Sorry. Oh. Yeah. Rat battle voting what? Okay, we're going through here. Oh.
What a heavy gate. Okay, watch this.
We gonna freeze it?
Open sesame!
Dan Hunk's so done.
Is that a secret code or something?
It's an imaginary
They are
password
the
that
same
children
person.
like
Oh my
to
god.
use. And I don't think it's going to be of much use.
What about these clues of yours?
I was just about to get into those before Miss March's colorful attempt. Luckily for us, I've already figured out the mechanism for this gate. They don't just let any Joe Schmo in and out of Boss Svarog's territory. I mean, if you want to see the big cheese himself, you need certification.
Certification?
Correct. Only prospectors with the right certification can get in or out. These prospectors collect mechanical remnants from all over the underground and then bring them to Svarog for him to repair. Honestly, it's a very profitable little venture. If only I'd beaten them to it. They'd be calling me Sampo Bosky by now.
Oh god.
Time out. Where do we get this certification?
Oh, that's simple. You see the robots over by the vagrants? They're all Svarog scouts. Every one of them is commanded to maintain order here. Apart from them keeping a watchful eye on these hooligans, another one of their duties is processing. Anyone who wants to become a prospector has to pass a test from these walk-in stoplights first.
Do they give you a gachapon for the test?
Not a clue. I never had the urge to go on a Svarog suicide mission before. You guys are the ones that want in. Why not go and ask the robots?
Alright, okay.
It feels like the people here are all under the supervision of robots. This would be unthinkable on the surface. Robots are merely tools in the overworld.
Don't take Svarog as an ordinary robot. He's, special.
Can I do this yet? Oh, I need level 3. Fine. Where am I going? Right. Am I battling you? What are we doing?
This has to be one of them, right?
Yeah.
It looks so lame.
Is it even awake in there? Maybe it's broken down.
Beep boop.
That scared me.
Really?
Protocol. Initiating. Scanning. Verifying. Certification failure. Subject has yet to obtain access permissions. Launching processing.
Huh? Are we starting now?
Launching stage 1 processing. Please listen to the following question.
Okay.
Who is the reigning champion of the Internal Combustion Engine Wrap Tournament?
Infernal construction what now? How would we know anything about that?
Sampo, do you know the answer?
Sampo Gaski always knows the... Wait, what did it say again?
Oh god, come on, dude.
Aren't you supposed to be dependable?
Well, I don't know everything. Sometimes you gotta ask around if you want to know the answer. Don't panic. Let's listen in to what the vagrants are talking about. We might just hit the jackpot.
Please answer the following question. Who is the reigning champion of the Internal Combustion Engine Wrap Tournament?
88 Degrees Bedrock. That's the only name I know.
Correct answer.
Yay!
Whoa! Was that a lucky guess? Did you go to a music festival without us?
No.
Certification result. Success. Requisite certifications remaining. 2.
Okay.
Please extend your right hand.
Okay.
My right hand?
Oh, that's left. Whoops,
Here you
my
go.
bad.
Why is this part of the... hey, ow, ow, ow! So this is the certification mark?
Great. Only 2 more steps to go. Let's move.
Yay, number 1. Alright. Well, I feel like I should pay attention to some things. Wait, is there anyone else with, like, names or anything? So you're the rap battle leader champion person. Should we just go for it and see if I can get it right? Sure, let's do it. Beep boop.
Protocol.
Oh.
Initiating. Scanning. Ugh, I'm so sick of repeating this.
Sorry, it catches me off guard every single time. Like, there's a woman speaking. I don't know why. I'm so sorry.
Huh?
But I like
What
it.
did this bucket of bolts just say?
Seems like this one's got a temper.
Same.
Ugh, let's get this over with. Did you get your first certification? If not, then you're wasting your time.
You mean this? Here, look.
Yeah, whatever. Here comes your question. Listen up. Riddle me this. A microcrystalline unit should be connected to which component?
A microcrystalline unit should be connected to which opponent? Heats? This one.
Huh? Lucky guess. Ugh, now I have to do this again. Put your hand out.
March, put your hand up.
Huh? Me again? It hurts, you know. Ow.
There, 1 step left. Now get out of here and leave me in peace.
Bye. Alright, I'm gonna get the last one wrong. I can't get 3 out of 3. Are you kidding me? Okay. There's nothing to... Okay, let's just go. Beep boop.
Whatever the case, we'll need it to identify our certifications.
There's something wrong with this one.
Protocol. Nish.
Oh, as a stutter.
Initialization failure. Attempting system restoration.
Not encouraging.
System restoration failure. Core module damaged. External threat detected. Threat elimination activated. Initializing combat module.
Finally, no more racking our brains. This rust bucket's about to meet its maker.
Oh, we're actually battling it. Okay, cool. I don't have order battle underway. Right, so... Nice.
This battle is unavoidable. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Do you know, I really, really do enjoy these battles.
Let me end your misery.
Yeah.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
She basically does it by herself. I mean, honestly.
Learned how to behave now?
Let me try and reset its system.
Certification system online. Please extend your right hand.
Why is it always me? How come it hurt even more than the other two? At least that's the final step. We can get in now, right? Svarog's certification system is no match for us.
This better work. Let's get back to the gate and give it a go.
Open sesame!
March was so adorable, oh my god.
Not so bad having Sampo on the team after all.
Dude,
huh?
you did nothing.
Right? Chief Oleg knew all along that I...
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'll commend you to the chief. No need to waste your time.
You didn't do anything.
All right. Well, let me issue a warning now. Everything from here on out is uncharted territory. We must proceed with the utmost caution.
Okay.
Now to set the record straight with Svarog. Let's get in there.
Dude, did anyone hear what I just said?
No. We started ignoring you a long time ago. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Kabam.
A gate? Oh, why is there another gate here?
It's fine. It's... Oh.
It looks like this gate has a more complicated structure than the last one.
Sampo, what is this? Huh? Sampo? Oh, where is he?
Oh, where did he run off to? He was just here a second ago.
Do you checking out?
This isn't the first time.
It's that same type of robot again. Oh, please don't tell me there's another round of processing.
Is he controlling it?
Visitors for Svarog detected. Protocol initiating. Scanning. Verifying.
He's a good boy. Here's our certification. I just want to see your master.
Oh, good plan. Treat the robots like guard dogs.
You might like it.
How is that going to improve our chances?
I don't know.
Certification failure. Subject has yet to obtain access permissions. Request rejected. Visitors must acquire access permissions from Miss Clara.
Clara? Oh, the girl we saw in the Great Mine? We need to get permissions from her? What's she got to do with this?
She's Svarog's family.
Family. Huh, weird.
Don't trouble yourself about it. We need to find her. I don't know if this will work, but it's worth a try. Where is Clara right now?
Obtaining audio data. Please wait.
The energy core's bearing component is broken. If we don't repair it soon, the settlement will be pitch black.
Oh, chest.
Timmy, I'm going back to Rivet Town. Maybe I can recover some usable components. You need to guard the gate while I'm gone.
Recording recovery complete. Resuming execution of Clara's commands.
She went back? But we were just there. Sounds like we better head over again.
Wait, you guys went sightseeing in another town?
It wasn't as fun as you think.
That town... We should go and find Clara. Yeah, let's just
That
go.
little girl heading into the Fragmentum all by herself? Ugh, it doesn't bear thinking about. Her strength belies her appearance, but even so...
You don't look so tough yourself. Well, let's find her. Svarog's not going anywhere.
Oh.
This is a big town. Where should we start?
Claire said she was going to find components, right? Let's start with Nat's storage room.
Am I gonna have to do some battles while I'm here? I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm addicted to breaking things. Oh, there's a sparkly thing. Huh? Is someone there outside the window? My eyes, I can't see. Please forgive my rudeness. Stranger, have you seen a girl around? Her voice is soft and kind, and she wears a headband with a bell. The bell chimes with crisp clarity. It's a joy to hear. The person, my older sister, she's been out for a while and hasn't come back home. She told me she was going for a place called the Fragmentum. Okay, I've not seen. I understand, thank you. But I will definitely keep an eye out for her. Oh, enemies. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna do these quickly. Oh. No, this is her robot!
Isn't this the robot that was following Clara around?
Uh-oh.
These can openers all look the same. How can you tell them apart?
Shh. It's about to say something. Listen.
Initializing self-repair module. Initialization failure. Clara in danger.
No.
Must protect.
In danger? What do you mean?
Workshop. Target must be in.
No Perkins.
Wait. Does it mean that a monster appeared over at the workshop? Clara, she...
Not good. She's in danger. Quick, let's head over to the workshop and check it out.
Okay.
I know the way.
Alright, let's go. Oh. Oh. Didn't realize there was a hotkey for that. I was just going to have a look at... Not the Interstellar guy. This reset again? Has it really been that long? I know I've done it twice. Has it been out for that long? No, it can't have been out for that long. Oh, is this I wanted to look at? Oh, so this is level 25. That's 30. What do we get here? We get those two and that. I'm pretty sure that's it. Head restore. We haven't done that yet. I don't know what Forgotten Hall is, but again, we're overcapped on experience at the moment, so... Okay. I'm actually really, really enjoying this. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's a monster.
Just as we feared, there's something big over there. And there's Clara. We have to save her.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Ah.
No need to fear. We have the numerical advantage.
It's fine. We got Sealer on our team. Clara, we're going to protect you.
Great.
Right, that did not do as much as I expected.
I'm okay.
Alright. How do I want
You'll
to do
pay
this?
for this.
I'm going to do this for the moment.
We're just having fun.
Sampo.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah. Do
The
this.
customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
I love Sampo so much. Oh my god. Alright,
You're
just
in
do
that
this.
shape. Don't mess with me.
I want to get her ultimate up. I wonder if there is an energy recharge in this. Again, I haven't really looked at building characters at the moment.
This battle is unavoidable.
Okay. Do
The
this.
time is now. Lend me your strength.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at building characters as of yet. Mostly because I've heard like around 40 is when you really should be focusing on it. Oh god.
All better now?
What a headache.
Right, do this.
There's always
Okay.
a weakness.
No. I messed up. Right.
We've entered the storm.
Do this. Do this.
To guard and defend.
Hers is pretty cool
Crush
too.
them!
Actually, I won't lie. Hers is pretty cool too. Oh, and we've got one. So then we'll do
The time
this.
is now. Lend me your strength.
And then do this, do this.
Who's next? I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
I love it.
Illusions of the past.
Nice. Ah, we didn't crit. Hey, Clara.
Are you okay, Clara? Are you hurt?
Thanks, everyone. I'm fine. Just a few scratches.
You shouldn't be running around by yourself. It's too dangerous. What are you looking for here?
There's a fault with one of the energy supply units at the base. If I don't repair it soon, everyone at the settlement will be affected. I knew there was a workshop in this town, so I wanted to try my luck here. I found all the components I need, but then I ran into a monster.
I really like Clara.
You guys saved me. I'll tell Mr. Svarog about it.
Speaking of Sarah, we were just about to pay him a visit.
Huh? What do you need to see him for? I can pass him a message.
No. This time, we need to set things straight with him, face to face. Can you take us to meet him?
But Mr. Svarog doesn't like talking to others, especially Wildfire.
We're not Wildfire.
Don't I know it? But he's evaded communication with us for too long. This time, we have to see him.
I know you're working hard for the people down here, but Mr. Svarog doesn't trust human emotions. He only trusts his calculation results. So, I can't take you to see him. If Mr. Svarog and you had a fight, someone would get hurt for sure. Maybe even bystanders.
Listen, kid, you...
Clara, you said it yourself before, right? Svarog's duty is to protect the underworld and preserve the civilization here. We have the same wish. Why would he refuse to cooperate with us?
I know Mr. Svarog. He isn't affected by other people's wishes. He only follows logical judgments. Terrible things are happening on this world. Mr. Svarog thinks that the overworld will end soon.
The Statatron.
What? According to his calculation results, the strength of the Underworlders won't be enough to prevent the disaster. His plan is to keep the Underworlders away from the source of the disaster, so they can survive for longer.
Is it the Statatron?
Isn't that just putting us in a cage? It's ridiculous. What difference does it make if our death gets postponed a couple of days? How is that better than putting up a fight?
See it as a return favor, Clara. We have to see him. Yeah, see it as a return the favor.
I'll definitely return the favor, but not like this. If you don't mind, I still have important things to do. I'll go back now.
Clara!
It's no use, Zila. She's made up her mind. I could tell from her expression. You will have to think of another way.
That's no ordinary kid. So young and yet so... stubborn? No. Intelligent?
She's incisive and determined. In sharp contrast to you, March.
Did you really have to add that last part?
It looks like we'll have to get past Clara if we want to speak to Svarog.
Is there another way?
If we circumvent Clara and the gate, Svarog will only identify us as intruders. He'll be even more likely to give us the cold shoulder.
Isn't a robot shoulder cold to begin with?
True.
Clara mentioned Svarog's calculation results many times. The strength of the Underworlders won't be enough to prevent the disaster. Those were her exact words. For me, that's our starting point.
So, you think Svarog's logic has a hole in it?
No. His calculation is correct. At its current strength, it is highly unlikely that Wildfire would be able to resolve the problems stemming from the Stellaron. However, that calculation didn't take the present situation into account. There's a new variable yet to be added to the equation.
Us. We're the new variable.
Precisely. If we can make Svarog believe in us, we can almost certainly overturn the result of his calculation, and we'll be one step closer to peace talks.
How are we going to do that?
But how can we get him to do that? Showing him some of our photos wouldn't cut it, right?
I wish.
There's always a way. But first, we have to convince Clara. I assume she must be on her way back to the robot settlement. Let's catch up with her.
Quick pause. Go back to Databank. Clara. So obviously, like I do eventually want to get all the characters. Obviously, the standard banner ones, I'm not gonna rush to get. Mostly, I definitely want Bailu. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I watched a video on how to pronounce these and I've forgotten. I'm so sorry. Bailu is definitely a character I want. I love healers. She's kind of like the Chi-Chi, and I really liked Chi-Chi's healing abilities when I first started. She was my second 5-star, I think. Bailu is one of those characters that I really do like. The rest of them, eventually, I do want to get. Clara, I didn't realize was a playable character, and she is apparently really good at like tanking things. But obviously, more characters will get released. But yeah, I'm really interested in Geopard. Geopard. He seems really interesting. Again, it's kind of like Bronya. Until I used her, I didn't realize how cool she actually was. But also, we have I know that there's another area where these guys are, him and her. And I'm so excited to actually get to that, which is why I really want to get through the story. But it's one of those things. Oh, there's a light cone one? Do I have all the 3-star ones? I do have all the 3-star ones. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm going to keep one of each copy. Yeah, so we will get to that very soon with pulling stuff. Do I have any wishes or anything? What are they called? Summons? I don't know. No, I don't have any. And I want to save for the next character, I think. Because 5 days? Huh?
She turned that way. Quick!
Okay, we're going. Yeah. I'm here. Alright. Are we gonna have to battle some stuff?
Yeah!
Ooh. Although, I might be able to get that chest. Ooh. Okay, I thought that was... What is that? Let's do a quick battle, why not? Okay, can I grab this chest, Clara? Thanks. Clara!
Why won't it?
Hello?
I can't figure it out. Oh, it's you. You came with me after all.
Mm-hmm. You're the Underground's only hope.
You keep saying that, but...
Are you repairing this installation, Clara? Hit a snag?
Huh? How did you know?
The dimensions and wear of these two roller components look very different from the rest of the unit. You must have only just replaced them. You replaced the damaged components, but the unit isn't starting up as normal. That's what you're trying to figure out, right?
Damn dang, huh?
Yeah, I fixed a lot of things before, but I never had to repair one as complicated as this.
Why isn't Svarog helping you?
I don't want to disturb him. This installation was accidentally damaged by 2 of the vagrants. If Mr. Svarog finds out, they'll get in big trouble.
She's such a sweet person. You give a lot of thought to others.
You know, Clara, if you're too kind, people can take advantage of you.
Ah. I think I found the source of the problem. You replaced the rollers, but the bearing is causing a jam.
Yeah, I know exactly what
There's
that
a
means.
misalignment.
Yeah.
You two, give me a hand. We should be able to fix it between us.
I'm not very handy, I won't lie.
Fixing? I'm getting good at this.
I'm not. Don't ask me to do anything DIY based.
Can we really fix this?
Maybe.
Relax, we got this. Right, Dan Hung?
I'll just follow what Dan Kong says.
Less asking, more helping.
Alright. Oh, it's one of these. Oh. I can do that. No.
Whoa, it lit up. Thanks, guys.
It's alright. She's so sweet.
No
Oh my
need.
God.
We hardly lifted a finger. So, the settlement's energy supply problem is solved for the time being?
Yes. The people on the outskirts don't need to worry about heat or light now.
We're not trying to win you over.
I understand. You helped a lot of injured people in the mine, and you risked going into the town for supplies. You're good people. If there's any other way I can help you, I'll do my best. But this...
is where we say goodbye.
How are we gonna convince her?
Remind her of the present situation. Point out the variable.
The variable is... our arrival! No outsiders set foot in the underground for over a decade.
She's right there.
Clara, you're observant, right? Take a look at us. Do we look like underworlders?
Well, you do look very different from other people.
Right! That's because we're not from here. We've never been a factor in Svarog's calculations. And if those calculations are based solely on the strength of the underworlders, then the results don't apply to the present situation.
When did Svarog start doing his calculations, Clara?
It was a long time ago. The same time the underworld was sealed off, I think.
Circumstances have changed since then. There's a Silvermane guard down here now. Is that part of Svarog's calculation? Not to mention we're...
Not even from this planet.
There's just no way that Svarog's calculations would have included variables like us, you know?
Different planet? Don't treat me like a child. Those are just made-up stories that grown-ups like to tell. I don't...
Show her pictures. They're not made up. In other worlds, people have already conquered the heavens.
Hey, he and Marge aren't lying, Clara. I believe them.
Branya, do you really?
I know how you feel, Clara. You want new hope for the underground, but you don't want anyone to get hurt in the process, right? I also have doubts, but my gut tells me that March, Dan Hung, and they are the new hope this world has been waiting for. Let them meet Svarog, and let's see if his calculation result is any different. For you, for him, there's no harm in trying, right?
Why can't we show her pictures? You've already seen our ability. We will bring change to this world.
Okay, I'll take you to see Mr. Svarog.
Really? am!
I understand now. Trying to change Mr. Svarog's mind on my own would take forever. Even if I kept trying until I was all grown up, I don't think I could do it. And all the while, people would be getting sick, losing their homes, and fighting. Just like in the mine. I don't want that to happen. If you guys really believe that you can convince Mr. Svarog, then I need to be brave too. Everyone, follow me.
Branya, I didn't know you'd stick up for us like that back there. Well said.
It was nothing. I just said what I truly felt.
Oh. Alright, well on that note, we are going to end this video right here. It's been probably like 2 hours. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And we'll carry on with the quest in the next video. So I will see you guys then.